Hello, everybody. I'll try music today again. Let me know if this is too loud or not loud enough, please. Anyone? We'll get started in about 1 minute. And for today's class, you will, as per usual, need a glass. You will need a strap and a block. So no, I'll just assume the music is all perfect. Awesome, thank you. Okay, so let's get started. We'll start on our backs today. And we'll get into a butterfly pose. So once you get yourself settled on your mat in the center, you're going to bring the feet onto the mat, soles of the feet together, and let those knees fall apart. If you like to have a blocks underneath each one of your knees to help you, that's perfect. Otherwise, just lie down here, turning the palms up towards the ceiling, relaxing through your shoulders, relaxing on our necks. So maybe moving the head side to side a few times until you find the right spot for it. Releasing our jaws, taking maybe deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth to let out all the stress from the morning out. And you can go through this inhale, the good, exhale, the bad in your mind. With every inhale, your belly swells or expands in every direction, upside down towards the floor as well. And as you exhale, see if you can fully push all the air out from your lungs, or as much as you can. So deepening that breath as you go. And all you do is think about your breath. Or the in through the good, inhaling good, exhaling all the bad. Trying to relax here as much as you can, and if your knees apart become too intense, you can always just bring them back together and stretch the legs out. Otherwise, let's stay here for another 6 long breaths, as long as you can make them. The last breath. And gently bringing the knees back together, feet on the floor. Bringing the arms next to our hips. And we're going to gently push the heels into the floor, and on an inhale, you lift the hips up in the air. Exhale, lower down. 5 more breaths. So go at your own pace, long, relaxed breath, keeping the knees pointed forward. Don't let them open up to the side. Pushing down through the heels. And one more time, inhale, lift up, hold it here. You're gonna keep holding, squeezing those glutes, keeping the knees facing forward. You're gonna move our arms. We're gonna inhale, arms come up and over. And exhale, slide them down on your side. Hopefully you have the space. Let's go 4 more times. Inhale over. Exhale, slide sideways, warming up through our shoulders here. Keeping squeezing the glutes, keeping the hips up. And last one. Keeping the hips, hands down by your hips. Exhale, lower your hips down to the floor. Inhale, both knees come towards your chest. You pull them in. And then gently the rock side to side or stay still by pulling knees down towards your chest. We can point and flex our toes here or make any movements with your ankles that feel good. And then releasing gently, but holding on to your knees. Maybe bring your fingers forward so your palms are hugging your knees. And they're like all around your knees from the front. We'll start gentle circles here. So inhale, pull those knees closer to your chest, and as you exhale, push them away, and then come back through the center. Let's go 5 more times. Gentle hip circle opening through our hips here, warming up. And once you've done your 6 one way, make sure you reverse the movement and do 6 the other. So nice slow movement. See if you can match the movement to your breath. Half a circle inhale, half a circle exhale. And then slowly, once you finish all those circles, bring those knees towards your chest one more time. Maybe you feel that you can go a little bit closer since we warmed up those hips. And then gently start rocking side to side. Massaging your lower backs here. And then stay back in the center. We're going to release the feet to the floor. Bring our hands to a T. We warm up through our spine here. So we're going to bring the feet together. Bring them up into a tabletop. And we're going to inhale. Let the knees fall to one side. Exhale, back center. Inhale to the other side. So we keep going like this through a fluid movement for another 3 breaths. So 3 more times to the right and 3 more times to the left. And once you finish your 3rd round, you will stay on your right side. But keep on going. Probably 1 more to go. One more time on each side. And the next time you're on your right side, just stay there. Allow the knees to fall completely. Trying to keep the shoulder on the floor, your left shoulder, but if it's not available, just bring that arm around your lower ribs so that way you're not overextending to the front. And then gently breathe and try to get the shoulders slowly to the floor. Head is looking towards the opposite side, so to the left. Let's stay here for 4 more breaths. And on your next exhale, bring your head back center, legs come back to the center, and inhale and fall to the left. Turning the head towards the right side. And one more time, if your shoulder is not on the floor, just wrap it around your ribs. for your ribcage, and then just gently, as you exhale, see if you can push the shoulder gently down. 4 more breaths. And then on your next exhale, bring the legs back center, placing the feet on the floor and realigning ourselves on the floor here. We're going to stretch our legs out. Bring the arms up and over the head. And on your exhale, if it's available to you, I want you to roll up to seated. If it's not, just turn to your one side and push yourselves up. But if you're ready for it, roll up to simply roll your body up to seated. Nice, straight. Once in here, we're going to cross our legs. Do a simple twist here. So sitting nice and tall. We're going to inhale, slide the left head towards our right knee, and twist for 3 more breaths. Just gentle warming up through the spine. And inhale back center. Inhale, and as you exhale, twist to the opposite side. You're going to be gentle. This is just the beginning of our twists today, so just be kind and gentle. Should be no pain. Last breath. Inhale, exhale, back center. Push yourself over onto your knees and hands and knees. We're going to do 5 rounds of cat cow here. So spread your fingers wide, set yourself up already for your first downward dog by spreading your fingers wide. We're going to inhale. Push the tailbone and your forehead towards the ceiling. Belly button towards the floor. Exhale, round your spine. 4 more rounds. Matching the movement to your breath. One more. And we're going to stay in the neutral. If your fingers have come back together, spread them as wide as you can. Push through your palms. So push your palms as hard as you can into the floor. Curl your toes under. Lift your knees. And sit your hips back. Slide your fingers forward. Slide your whole hand forward like you're trying to traction it forward, but it's stuck. And then whenever you're ready, start straightening into those knees. If you need to move something, move your feet. Don't move your hands. Your hands are planted. The inside of your elbow should be lifting up or turning towards the ceiling as much as you can. You're trying to rotate in the shoulders here. Paddle your feet one at a time or both up and depending on what feels better. Beautiful. Now push both heels down, stretching, feeling the stretch in our hamstrings and our calves. And if this is unavailable to you, you can always come down to your forearms. And then we're going to slowly walk our hands towards our feet. And relax here. Forward fold. Let go of the tension in your upper body. If you need to bend into your knees, feel free to do that. Otherwise, legs are straight and you're just hanging here. Let's stay here for 5 breaths. If you wanted to add a little sway side to side, feel free. But pay attention to where your weight is. If it's too far in your heels, see if you can just gently shift a little bit more forward into your toes. Relax the neck. next exhale, we're going to slowly start rolling up. Go as slow as you can. You can have your extra bend in your knees if needed. And then come up to standing. Beautiful. You're going to inhale, both arms come up. And as you exhale, you fold forward. We're going to walk our hands forward into the plank. Knees coming down, we shift our weight forward, lower ourselves to the floor. Inhale into our first back bend. We're gonna hold it here, roll the shoulders back. Squeeze your glutes, push your pelvis into the floor. 4 breaths. And then exhale, push into a child's pose. Opening your knees wide, belly comes between your legs, head comes to the floor. 3 breaths. We're gonna exhale, shift our way back forward onto our hands and our knees. Curling the toes under, spreading fingers wide, pushing our palms into the floor, lifting through the knees, shifting our way back towards our heels. Knees are hovering, you're sliding the fingers forward like you're trying to come forward, but you're stuck. Pull in the belly. Downward dog. This time we're gonna lift the right leg up in the air. Exhale, bring the foot forward between your hands. Stretching the back knee. Inhale. Come on up into a high lunge. We're going to stay here. We're going to exhale, hands come to a T, up to your heart. Inhale, arms come stretch. Exhale, you twist over to your left. Hold. 5 breaths. Be twisting. If your front leg is the right, you're going to twist towards the right. Of course, there's always option of having your knee down if needed. Exhale, back center. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Step your foot back into the plank. Knees down if needed, or if you want to just do chaturanga, shift your weight forward, lower to the floor. Inhale into that cobra, upward dog. Exhale into a child's pose. Last breath. Then exhale back center into a tabletop. Curl the toes under, spread your fingers wide. Lift the knees off the floor, shift your hips back, and lift into a downward dog. This time, left leg lift. As you exhale, bring the foot forward slowly. Place it between your hands. On your next inhale, we're going to lift up. Hold it here. Next exhale, hands come to your heart. Inhale, exhale, hold. Inhale, arms come to the side. And as you exhale, you twist over to your left, to the left. Hold. Last 2 breaths. Inhale here, exhale, center. Inhale, arms come up into a little bit back bend. Exhale, hands next to your foot. Stepping back into that plank. Knees down or chaturanga. Lower yourself to the floor. Inhale into the back bend. Exhale into that child's pose. 3 breaths. And then slowly pushing yourself back onto your knees. Curling the toes under. Shifting our right back towards the heels. Sit up nicely on your heels. Stretch into our feet here. So sitting here nice and tall. Feeling the stretch in our toes. And into a plantar fascia, the bottom of your feet. And then slowly shifting your weight forward. Push yourself up onto your toes. And then again, one more time, straightening those knees, forward fold. Relax your head, relax your shoulders. Few more breaths, just pulling. Maybe you feel a difference from the beginning of the class to now. A little bit more warmth. Lengthen the back of your legs. And then slowly roll yourself up to standing as you exhale. We're going to use our block for the next move, so I would like you to get it and bring it to the front of your mat. So we'll be doing lots of twisting again, so if this is uncomfortable, feel free to don't stay as long in the poses or do anything that feels better. Okay, so we're going to start in the front of our mats. We're going to bring the left foot up in the air. We're going to hold it here for a moment. Balancing, pulling the belly. 2 more breaths. You can stretch your leg out for a moment if you like. Bend it back. And then bend into that standing leg. Shift your weight forward and slowly step the foot back. I want you to step the foot wider, like almost like you're on two different tracks, your feet. I want your hips to be forward first. So warrior 1. Our hips are trying to trace forward, bend into the front leg, feeling the stretch of the back half muscle. So your toes are turned only about 30 degrees out, not fully. Now we're going to straighten to the front leg. Bring the arms up to the side and twist our toes sideways. So now we're like warrior 2, but not bent front leg. Maybe you can shift your front foot forward closer to your block. And the knee, if you have it, and bring the block right next to your foot. Beautiful. This time the body is sideways. We inhale, both arms come up. Keeping the both legs straight, we're gonna shift our body forward. Not the legs, just your body reaches forward, follow the hand. And no longer can go forward, you tilt sideways. So that's where the block comes in handy. It's in front of your foot. If it's still too low, you can grab onto your shin. Trying to reach the top leg up. Keep those hips open. Don't turn forward. Keep them opening through your chest. Squeezing your shoulder blades together. Breathe. Last breath here. And on your exhale, you're going to bring that left hand towards the block. And this time, the hand's going to stay on the block and we're going to twist towards our left. So revolved triangle here. Again, if reaching your hand up is unavailable or uncomfortable, you can bring the hand behind your back and just twist through the shoulders. It doesn't always have to be the hand. 2 more breaths. And as you exhale, come through the center. Plant both hands on the floor, remove the block. Twist on your back, foot toes forward, come down into a lunge. Knee to the floor, ankle the toes. Inhale, up. You can stay here with your hands reaching up, or you can keep them on your leg, just stretching through the front of our hip on the left side. So make sure that your front knee and ankle are now nicely aligned and not one over the other. You're gonna bring the left hand to the floor, and we're gonna twist one more time towards our legs. So as you exhale, twist, keeping the knee forward, don't let it open. Last 2 breaths. Exhale, hand come down next to your foot. Uncurl the toes, lift through the knee. And then if it's in you, you can push yourself forward. Step your feet together. And relax in a forward fold. Breathe. You can notice any changes from the before forward folds. Maybe one side feels a little bit more stretched than the other. And on your next exhale, slowly roll yourself up to standing. This time the right leg lifts. You stay here for 5 breaths, just holding, balancing here. If you prefer having your legs straight, feel free to do that. A little bit more challenging for your quad muscles. So whatever would like works fine for you. I'm going to stretch my leg for the last breath. Exhale, bring it back in and bend into that standing leg. So still balancing here. Shift your body forward and slowly step the foot back, heel down. Turn the toes about 33 or 4 degrees. Make sure your hips are forward. So if you need to have a wider step, that's fine. Stay here, breathe. Hands can reach up. Little back bend. Hands can be by your heart. Feeling the stretch in the back calf there. Push the outer edge of your back foot into the mat a little bit more. Last breath. And then if you like, you can turn the toes of the back foot completely sideways and bring the foot a little bit closer to the center so they're slightly aligned as the front leg. And then stretch the front leg out. Inhale, both arms come up, your body turns sideways. Bend into your leg first, bring the block so it's ready in front of your foot. And when you're ready, stretch the leg back out. You're gonna inhale, reach forward, reach as far as you can. And as you exhale, bring the hand down onto your shin or the block. And the other hand is reaching up. Breathe. You'll stay here for 6 breaths. Make sure that your front knee is straight, but not completely. Just gentle bend into that front knee so you don't lock it. And a lovely stretch. And as you exhale, bring your hand down. The right hand is going to switch. We're going to twist our body towards our left as we revolve a triangle. Again, the hand can come up or can go behind your head or back, and you're twisting through the shoulders. Either way is fine. You'll stay here for 4 more breaths. And slowly exhaling. Both hands come to the floor. We're gonna get rid of the block. We're gonna twist our back foot forward. Maybe walk your foot a little bit wider in the front, whatever you need to come down into that low lunge with the knee on the floor. Uncurling the toes. And then inhale, reach forward. So push your hips down and forward. Hands can reach up or they can stay by your heart. Whatever works better. Breathe. Or hands on your knees. Feeling the stretch in the back hip. 2 more breaths. And then exhale, hands come next to your foot, uncurl the toe, lift the knee off the floor, and then push yourself so you step forward. One more time, just let it all hang in here for 4 breaths. Just notice the difference that you might have created. This is the time to slow down your breath a little bit more if you feel like it has speed up. And slowly roll yourself up to standing. You should be in the front of your mat. We're going to make our way down. So inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, slide the fingertips towards your knees, straighten the back. Exhale, lower down. Step your feet back into a plank. You're going to lower down to the floor through chaturanga using knees or not. Inhale, land into that cobra upward dog. And come into a child's pose. Breathe. And one more breath. And we're going to push yourself up, over, and then sit down on the floor. Music. We're going to stretch our left leg in front of us. The left foot's going to stay either on the inner or the outer side of your foot, whichever one's easier for you. Making sure that both sits bones are staying on the floor. Sit nice and tall. Flex your toes on your left foot, so toes towards your face. We're going to grab our right knee with our left. Grab around the left elbow. And then inhale up and over, twisting into it. Sit nice and tall. Breathe. Let's stay here for 3 more breaths. Try to sit nice and tall, don't lean back. Crown of your head is reaching towards the ceiling. And on your inhale, grow a little taller. Exhale, come back, and then gently twist the other way, just for 1 breath. And that's it. Now we're gonna slide the left foot towards our hips. If your knee was not over your ankle, wasn't over your knee, just pull it now. So right ankle over the left knee. And we sit nice and tall here. Pushing the knee away, sit tall, straight spine. We're warming up our hips for our final pose. So breathe. 3 more breaths. The closer the heel and the straighter, the closer your body is towards your legs, the more you're going to feel the stretch. You're going to gently allow the foot to come towards the floor just for a second, stretching into our rotators here. Don't let the knee fall all the way. Last breath. And then come back center. Slide the foot out, release the right leg, and then let's work on the other side. So starting with the twist. So foot is either in on the inside of your leg or the outside. As long as you can keep your back nice and straight, and the foot is on the floor, flexing the right foot towards your face, so engaging through the left. Right elbow is gonna wrap around your knee, or if it's too far, use your hand if it feels comfortable. Tall spine, sit tall and twist. Inhale, so arm comes up and over, and you twist back. Breathe. We'll stay here for 5 long breaths. And then next, inhale, grow a little taller. Exhale, back center. And then gently twist to the other side. We'll go again. Remaining pose, hands back. Crossing the left ankle over right knee. Sliding your right foot over to your hips. Sit tall. Push the left knee away. 5 more breaths. And then slowly allowing your right knee fall to the side, only to the point where you feel a lovely stretch through the outer hip. Let's stay here for 4 breaths. We're coming back to the center. And then just sliding the right foot out, releasing the left foot. Sit nice and tall. This is the time when you have a block and you like to sit on it or a pillow. Feel free to do it. And you're going to stretch your legs as wide as it's possible. And then we're going to slowly start walking our hands forward, keeping our back straight as you can. You want to feel the stretch in your inner thighs. So get yourself wherever you can. Sometimes having your hands and pulling them underneath your legs and then just using them to pull yourself down. If you can reach your toes and gently pull down. Or wherever it is, I want you to feel a lovely stretch into your inner thighs. 3 more breaths. See if you can walk your hands a little bit further. And last time, walk your hands a little bit further if you can. Inhale, and as you exhale, slowly walk your hands back. Hopefully stretch all the required muscles to see if this becomes a pose that is available to you today. So we're gonna place our right foot on the floor. I want you to create almost like a triangle between your hips and your knee and your foot. Place it in front of you. And then we will try to get the other foot right on top. So your ankle, left ankle and right knee align. And so does your right ankle and left knee. So you can follow yourself up. Sitting nice and tall. Feeling when you gently push down onto your left knee. But again, it shouldn't be painful. And if this is not available to you, just do as much as you can. If you have your hips elevated, it might be easier. And then, if it's available and you want to do that, start walking your hands forward and leaning. This can be very intense. I want you to take 5 breaths in here and just kind of move with whatever feels good. If it's too much, walk yourself back up and take a moment to relax. Or if you can handle, see if you can, every exhale, a few exhales, go a little bit deeper into it. And slowly pop yourself up. Very intense. So coming out of it, take a moment to do it gently. And then sit back again. Let's just bring your knees towards each other. Do a little bit opposite of that. Or you can sway them gently side to side. Whatever feels good. You have to repeat it on the other side. So whenever you get ready, you're placing now the left knee and the right foot away. So almost if you're sitting sideways or maybe the front of your mat, the parallel of the shin should be parallel to the front of your mat. And then we try to place the opposite ankle on the opposite knee and vice versa knee on the opposite. Sit nice and tall. And you can gently push that knee down in your mind. So very intense move. So if it's too much, feel free to come out of it. If you're okay with leaning forward and walking your hands as far as you can, take a few breaths, 2 breaths, and then walk them further. Another 2 breaths and walk them further. So we will stay here 5 breaths altogether. And the last time, walk it away. And then slowly come back up and exhale. And let's do the same thing. Come gently out of the pose. Bring your feet in front of you and then either gently sway side to side or just let the knees fall together, feet are wide apart. Or if you need more movement, yeah. I would like you to turn yourself sideways, so we're going to go all the way to the floor and roll yourselves down. Turn around the music. I would like you to bring the feet as wide as your mat and let the knees fall in, so into a constructive rest. So whatever feels good, just let your body relax here for a moment. Let's take another 2 breaths. And then slowly walking the feet, the knees apart, walk your feet together. We're going to finish with the spinal twist here. So hands will come to a T. Legs come up into a tabletop. We're going to cross the right over the left. So right knee crosses over the left knee. We're going to lift our bum a little bit and then scooch it to the right. So towards the right side of your mat. And then let the knees fall to the left. So your knees are falling to the left. Your head is turning towards the right. And your knees are still hooked, so they're still crossed. If you would like a little bit more stretch, you can slide the right hand up on the floor towards the back of your room. Feeling the stretch in the armpit. Let's stay here for 3 more breaths. And slowly bringing the arm, if it was up above your head, just bring it sideways down to the floor, palms are up. And then on an exhale, bring the legs back center. And crossing the knee, placing feet on the floor, realign your body. Hands come back to a T. Legs come back into a tabletop. This time crossing the left over the right, as tight as you can. We're gonna lift the bum and shift it to the left and let the knees fall to the right. Head is looking towards the left side. And you relax here and breathe. If you need a little bit more stretch, you can slide the left hand up towards the back of the room. But keeping it on the floor, breathe. 4 more breaths. And slowly sliding your hands back to the center. Exhale, bring the legs back in the center as well. Uncross them, feet on the floor. Realign your body. And one more time, bring the knees towards our chest. Pull that knees as close as you can. You're gonna exhale, upper body is gonna lift towards the knees. You hug your legs and lift yourself up as high as you can. Stay here for 4 breaths. And then see if you can reach the toes or the outside of your feet or inside. And then bring yourself as high as you can. Again, one more time. And then bring the legs up towards the ceiling. Head comes down. You open the legs wide. And open the knees to the side and pull them down into a happy baby. You can grab your toes, or if you want to grab your strap and do that as well. Just get yourself in any way you can into the happy baby. Knees and ankles are aligned in a nice line. Heels are reaching towards the ceiling. If you would like, you can stretch those legs out one more time, stretching through the back of our legs. You can add gentle rocking side to side. And then gently bring the legs back in, soles of the feet together. Grab your feet and pull them in towards your knees are wide. Last breath. And then gently releasing the feet to the floor. Stretch yourself nice and long. Feet are forward. Let the legs open. Let your feet open up to the side. Whatever you can get comfortable here, whichever way you like. If you like having the block underneath your hips for the final Shavasana, feel free to do that. Hands are up, palms are up towards the ceiling. Relax your shoulder. One more time, relaxing in the neck. So roll your head side to side a few times until you find a perfect spot. And you go back to just noticing breath. Nothing else enters your mind. But counting your breath. Long inhales, long exhales. In through the nose, out through the nose. In with the good, out with the bad. Let your body just grow heavy on your mat. Let it just sink down to the floor. And it almost disappears on you. And all you do, you feel the sensation in your nose that are created by your breathing. And slowly bring the awareness back to the body. Stretch all your fingers. Bring them back together, make a fist. Gently wiggle them. Maybe start circling your wrists. And then let's bring attention to our toes. So start wiggling your toes, spread them wide. Wiggle them, point and flex your toes, circle the ankles. And let's, on our next inhale, stretch the arms up and over. Long stretch. You can move your body if you like. And then releasing that, feet on the floor. Turning your one side into a fetal position. Let's stay here for 2 breaths. And then gently pushing ourselves up to seated. And sitting whichever way feels comfortable. You can always add a block or pillow underneath your hips. And we'll take 3 breaths in here, in through our nose, out through our mouth. You can add the hands to it if you like, or just simply breathe. So inhaling in. Thank you so much for joining me this Tuesday. I wish you a great rest of the week and weekend ahead. And I'll see you again next Tuesday. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, everyone.